abundance, abundance, and gratitude to all. When you're dealing with the mother universe walking in the flesh, she can see the forest beyond the trees. When you're dealing with her, she understands that the system is designed to put women in a masculine position, financially, independency, social, economically, whatever the case may be. It is designed to put them in a delusional, independent position and for them to believe that independent struggling is a badge of honor when it's destroying our generation. It is destroying our race, generation after generation. This is the type of woman that the organic man, the son, the organic son, will work 2,000 hours a week for. Will work until his feet and hands bleed. These are the type of minds, consciousness that a physical son will bleed for, psychologically and physically.
They didn't start by teaching you to hate black men. They started by teaching you to associate pain, stress, and instability with his presence. They placed black men at the bottom of a system designed to break them, then blamed him for the damage the system intentionally caused. They told you empowerment meant independence from black men, but never explained who benefits when the family structure is permanently fractured. Every time black men were removed economically, emotionally, or physically, the burden was quietly transferred onto black women and called strength. They rewarded you for surviving without him, but never asked whether survival was the same thing as peace, love, or long-term stability. They framed black masculinity as the threat, so you wouldn't look too closely at the systems that profit from broken fathers and exhausted mothers. Resentment became easier than questioning why both of you were placed in impossible positions meant to turn you against each other. The real trick wasn't making you distrust black men. It was convincing you that separation was progress instead of loss.
Convincing you that separation, independency, strong, powerful black woman is power, is a badge of honor, and not realizing that it's destroying your race. The simple fact that I can't financially provide for you the way the complex cell, the white man, the Asian man, the Arab man provides for his woman in a world that was built off of our genocide. Money was created off of genocide of so-called black women and children. All natural resources come from the planet. Everything you build your house with, everything that you need to live on a day-to-day basis, to live on this planet on a day-to-day basis. We're not talking about the fancy, we're not talking about a fake fancy car. We're not talking about, a bike or some laptop or a television. We talk about what you naturally need to get from one sunrise to the next sunrise is free. And we have convinced ourselves, after the most genocidal abuse, to indoctrinate this shit into us anyway, we have convinced ourselves that we are different from one another based upon our income, our social status, financial status, and our living quarters. This is fucking outrageous. And you look at our children, can't even boil water, can't even formulate a proper sentence, can't even comprehend what they are reading or what they are hearing. You can literally tell a child, you can literally tell a young adult, not a child, because children know. 0 to 7, they know. But you can tell a young adult from the ages of 14 to 17 years old, you can say they enslaved us for 400 years, and in the very next token, you can talk about getting at a bag, and they right at it. They have convinced you women are the creators of physical reality. Electrons are the creators of physical reality. Men have the ability to manipulate physical reality. But women are the creators, electrons of physical reality. Nothing gets created. Nothing works without your support, psychologically, internally, in your heart. Internally in your heart and psychologically in your mind. We literally compartmentalize one another based upon a foreign species that is not even natural to the planet, that have no biological identification to this planet. Off of their system, we compartmentalize off of what they say. And look at our children. Look at our children. You know what's so sad about this shit? Not the so-called black man and not the so-called black woman. And I don't give a damn what level of income you at. You don't do nothing or make any money without the say-so of your oppressor. I don't care what level you in. NBA football, NBA basketball player. What? Speak up. Kyrie Irving spoke out, talk about black people, the real Jews. What they do? Started to shut his money off, started to cut some of his money off. He shut his mouth up. He ain't say nothing else no more. And it goes all the way down to a fucking McDonald's employee. You don't even want to talk about how great and powerful your genetics is and how McDonald's feed over 69 million people a day in America. And where do you think they're getting all the meat from? You don't even want to talk about that. But we're quick to say, we're quick to compartmentalize one another through the ideologies of a foreign species. What you bring to the table, what you bring to the table, what you got to the table. We're prisoners of war. What your mind is like. What is your mind is like? How we going to get through this? That's what we should be saying. What you got already. This is what I got already. We're going to put this together and we're going to make it happen. That's what we should be saying. Not saying, oh, I got 100,000. I got 75,000. You ain't got no money. You ain't got what I got. Oh, you ain't nothing. I can fulfill every other category that has to do with the natural order of life. I can be emotionally supportive to you. I can be nurturing to you. I can be your protector, physical protector, psychologically protecting you. But you would never see any of that if I don't have the income and the social status that the complex cell says I need to have in order for you to follow my word, in order for you to follow my leadership. Tell me that ain't crazy. But I know our sisters are waking up. I value and appreciate to all the divine sisters, mothers of life that are truly waking up to the spell that has been placed over their consciousness, over their minds, by physical abuse, by visual trauma, by verbal abuse. I sincerely, I see you. I know you are waking up. This is coming to an abrupt end. Abundance and gratitude to you all.